If you want to manifest something right now, this video is for you.
Today is going to be a beautiful day.
I am ready to raise my frequency.
I really, really want this.
I'm going to see the abundance everywhere.
I am ready to quantify my manifestation.
I so want this to manifest.
Signs of abundance.
I want to up-level my career.
I really want this in my life.
Signs of wealth.
Don't forget to follow for more tips and advice.
God's sake. Right, let's get this bit out of the way. Some of you may think that you've just seen a technique called EFT tapping, which is a technique used by some psychologists to reduce anxiety and stress. Mainstream science tends to call it pseudoscientific, and there is a huge question mark over it in terms of, does it actually have any positive effects at all? But you know what? If it works for you, if you do it and it makes you feel more positive and happier, then great, go for it. I'm not criticising that. I'm criticising this.
If you want to manifest something right now, this video is for you.
You see, TikTok is promoting this idea that with the power of your mind, you can alter reality and shape the world to the way you want it to be. Now, this is a new topic to me, so to explore it, I've brought in only the very, very best and most knowledgeable, starting with this lady.
I am not an expert in manifestation, how to manifest, or any of that.
See? Told you. But first of all, we've got to answer the big question surrounding this lady. Is she actually the actress from Doctor Who? Now, we all know which actress she's being confused with here, and I wasn't sure myself, so I put together a little bit of a side-by-side comparison. And it turns out, no, they don't look anything alike. Problem solved. I can certainly see the confusion, though. It's easy mistake to make. Anyway, what does our non-manifestation expert have to say on the topic of manifestation?
Just so we're clear, I hope everybody understands by now that everything is energy, everything has its own frequency and its own vibration. So I'm stood here now today, I am radiating a frequency from me, and so are you. So is this bowl, is this bit of cheap tap, water bottle, you get the picture, yeah?
Now, I will admit that at this point I did get confused, and I thought she was an expert in physics who was going to give us a lesson on the emission of infrared radiation from the surface of an object and how the peak wavelength of that radiation emitted would depend upon the temperature of the object. I honestly thought she was going there, silly me. But no.
Say, for instance, this is the new car that you want, okay? So your car is vibrating at its frequency. I'm here vibrating at my frequency. If I'm vibrating low here and they're high here, can you see how we're never ever going to connect?
That is some magnificent bullshit. Well done. What I will say though is if you are considering buying a new car and it happens to be vibrating, maybe consider buying a different car. Just a road safety tip there for you. Now, what gets me about this topic is if people drop the pseudoscientific bullshit and, you know, just said what she's about to say next, I could kind of get on board with it.
So if your thoughts and your day-to-day chatter that's going on in your head is positive, it's upbeat, you are going to naturally radiate that from yourself. However, if your thoughts are bad, they're dark, they're self-doubt, guilt, whatever's going on, if they are low vibrational thoughts and feelings, you're going to be putting that out.
Now, if you reword that, that makes perfect sense. If you walk around as a really happy, positive person all the time, you're going to get people to like you, you're going to have bigger, wider social circles, and you'll probably be more popular at work and progress. But if you walk around like the biggest twat in the twat competition in Twatville, you're probably going to have the opposite effect. I don't know. Just a thought.
Do the things that evoke the emotions, the high emotions that get us vibing high, and you will vibe high. Do the shit that makes you feel bad, sad, angry, you will vibe low. It's as simple as that.
Well, I'd certainly agree it's simple, although I might disagree that we're using the same meaning of that word. Anyway, the reason I say that is because once you start to dress up this idea with this pseudoscientific nonsense about radiating energies and it linking with energies radiated by other objects and they pull you together, all that nonsense, then you start saying ridiculously stupid things like this.
Once you've mastered that, that is when you can start playing around. It's like fucking magic. You can literally control things in your life, outcomes, situations, scenarios by your thoughts. I'm 100% proof of this, okay? I've done this now so many times. There is not one single part of me that doubts how fucking powerful I am.
Anyway, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are people out there who do have magic powers and they can use manifestation techniques to, I don't know, stop a dog barking.
I want to show you what it's like to manifest a dog and stop barking. It's really about choosing the dog being silent in your mind. So this dog's been barking and howling and doing all this stuff for a few minutes, and I want to show you through example.
Now, we're about to see her manifest the dog stopping barking, and to me, call me cynical, but her method seems to just kind of involve talking for as long as possible until the dog decides it wants to stop barking.
So I close my eyes while listening to the dog barking, super annoying, listening to the dog barking. I imagine the dog is silent, playing silently, distracted, sleeping, different versions of the dog. It's silent. I'm doing this while it's barking. Then I think from that state, oh my God, I love the silence. I love that I can make a dog be quiet and stop barking. I love it. It's amazing. Try it.
Well, I, for one, am convinced, and I've even learned how to do this trick myself. Watch. Woof, woof, woof. Bark, woof, 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 woof. See? Woof. Now, my favourite part of this lady's video is that she leaves the exact steps to her success in the comments. And they are brilliant. Step 1, for example, involves hearing a dog barking. Step 2 involves, I think, closing your eyes and just hoping it will shut up. But my favourite are steps 4 and 5, where in step 4 she writes, if the noise doesn't stop, then simply just give it permission to continue, as if you were never trying to stop it in the first place. And step 5, if the noise still hasn't stopped, just go ahead and be annoyed.
This is how I control like certain outcomes to situations. I did this when I needed to get out of debt, like tens of thousands of dollars of debt.
Now, going out on a limb, I would say if this lady's got herself into tens of thousands of dollars of debt, then perhaps her manifestation techniques don't work at all. But on the flip side, that makes her manifestation techniques every bit as powerful as everybody else we've seen in this video so far, in my opinion. So let's hear what she's got to say.
All you have to do is imagine what the best case scenario would be for yourself in any given situation. And then act like it's happening. That's literally it. Just like act like it's happening. Just be delusional in the fact that like pretend that version of the future is happening. And that's literally what will unfold. Because you are putting out that energy, and what you put out is what you receive back.
Outstanding. That TikTok at its finest. And I like it. If you are tens of thousands of dollars in debt, then just be delusional and imagine you've won the lottery, and then spend as much money as you possibly can and get yourself into even more debt. I like it. Or if you're being chased by a bull in a field, just turn your back on the bull and imagine the best case scenario is that the bull just turns itself into a packet of salt and vinegar crisps, and you'll be absolutely fine. You'll have a tasty snack for the rest of the journey. It'll all work out really, really well for you. Let's move on.
3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. Who says 3, 6, 9?
You do.
Nikola Tesla.
Really? I didn't think he was saying much these days at all, but that doesn't seem to be the opinion of people on TikTok that think Nikola Tesla has supported some kind of 369 manifestation theory. There's no direct quotes attributable to Tesla on this, but people are convinced that he thought the numbers 369 was somehow kind of like divine and magic and could be used in manifestation. This lady tries to explain it with all the clarity of a flat earther explaining what those symbols on the front of a calculator are for.
Check this out. You are made of energy, frequency, and vibration. Yes? Okay.
I think I know who she's been watching on TikTok.
Everything is energy. Everything has its own frequency and its own vibration.
Many are waking up to this and finding about the frequency wars that we've been in and, everything. So
the frequency wars and all that, and no explanation was given. That, I think, would have been the most interesting part of the video. Instead, she goes on to tell us how this 369 theory kind of works, and I put a members video out about this last night. It makes literally no sense, and I'm only showing you what she says. I'm not even commenting on it because it is that bizarre and bonkers, to be honest. I need your help to decipher it.
We are made of frequency, energy, and vibration. 3, 6, and 9. Also, the 3 keys that Nikola Tesla has. You are made of also 7 major chakra energy centers that make up your 3, 6, 9. Okay? Root chakra, life force, base of your spine. The color is red, connected to earth. 396 is the frequency hertz of your root chakra. Heart chakra, center of your chest. 639. Okay? 639. Heart to crown. Okay? Heart to crown. 963 hertz frequency.
Now, there will be a prize competition at the end of this video, which will be linked to that clip, so fast forward for that. But for now, it does make me miss the good old days when all I had to respond to was, simple stuff like this.
Mass is identical to weight, but this weight is space weight.
Never get tired of that clip. Now, just a bit of breaking news. It has been snowing here, and my next door neighbour, he's got some little children, and they've built a fantastic looking snowman in the front garden. They're really, really proud of it. If you subscribe to this channel, if I gain maybe 10 subscribers off this video, I promise you I will go and I'll kick that snowman over just for you. And I'll report on that next week.
I should have been a physicist, because the way quantum mechanics has me in a chokehold is unbelievable.
And it's that time of the video now where a TikToker attempts to use quantum physics to explain to us how manifestation works, and she does it with all the success of a flat earther trying to explain where the world has gone when he closes his eyes.
So there's an extremely trippy theory that suggests that things are only real when we observe them. Just follow me here. When we take an electron and we look at it under a microscope, we see that it becomes a particle, meaning it takes shape.
She must have a microscope that is every bit as amazing as her grasp on physics. She's obviously talking about something to do with the double slit experiment, and she's here to explain to us exactly what it means.
So what the fuck does this mean?
Sorry, my bad. I honestly thought she was going to explain wave-particle duality to us and win the Nobel Physics Prize. But despite not quite understanding what she's talking about, she's happy to apply her understanding to real-world situations.
So y'all know me, I had to apply this to money because money seems to have everybody in a headlock. If you want money, you're going to have to put yourself in places of more money. You're going to have to go to the fancy restaurants, the country clubs. You might even have to save some so you can notice the big number in your account.
And if you're not sure if you caught that, you did. She said, if you want more money, you're going to have to go to expensive restaurants and fancy country clubs. Obviously, don't do those. But then she followed it by saying, you might even need to save some. She is so wrong. She's gone the full circle and she is right again. So that is good advice. If you want more money, maybe just save some.
You can honestly even just watch people who have a lot of money. You're going to observe money so it can become real for you. Because observation is what makes something real. Without observation, it ceases to exist.
It's great advice, isn't it? Again, we go back to that bull in the field. If the bull in the field is chasing you, you can't look the other way and then suddenly the bull doesn't exist. It doesn't become not real. And it's the same with money. If you're not looking at money, it doesn't mean that the money isn't real.
And I get it. It's trippy because it's like, how is it not real? I've seen it before. Yeah. When you were observing it.
Yes, you see something because you're observing it. That's literally how seeing things works.
And this goes for everything. Y'all remember a few years ago, like way before our time, nobody was able to run a 4-minute mile. And one day, this man runs a 4-minute mile, and then all of a sudden, everybody's able to run a 4-minute mile. That's because we had to observe that that was a thing before it became real. Once we observed that that was a possibility, it became real. Everybody can run a 4-minute mile now.
I am lost for words. I do truly, truly despair about TikTok. Anyway, she rounds it up with this scientific gem.
You want a big house? Drive in that fancy neighborhood every day like Drake did. You want to be famous? Get around famous people like Kim Kardashian. These people that were able to achieve the things they wanted didn't know the science behind what they were doing. They were just lucky enough to know to do it. Here we are talking about the science. Observe something enough times, make it real, and you can have it.
Anyway, let's learn a little bit more about the 369 theory. We've got another guest here who can explain it in a slightly more clear and straightforward manner.
So you want to understand Nikola Tesla's 369 theory. Here we go. Now, in order for us to understand the 369, we have to understand all of the numbers in between.
And if you don't understand the numbers in between, if just hearing the words 1, 2, 4, and 5 and so on confuses you, then you are exactly the type of person who will probably watch a TikTok video about the 369 manifestation theory. Anyway, here to educate us about what these numbers are is this random woman off TikTok.
So the first number is 1. It's represented by Aleph, and it equals supreme energy unknown to itself. All right, the next number is 2. And 2, in the language of the emanations, we call Bayit. Bayit equals a container. It's where duality begins, and it's where thought forms. And 4 is the compression on the cell wall that holds the energy in the cell. The next number is 5. We call it Hey in the language of emanations of energy, and it equals life. And these first 5 letters, or numbers as you call them.
Yes, numbers, as the expert mathematicians among us would call them. Now, you might notice I didn't include, though, what she said about number 7 and number 8. I did consider putting that in there, but then I thought, like, really, at this point, why? Anyway, let's have a look at what she says about number 3, 6, and 9.
So 3 is movement. 6 is the male copulative agent. It can also be seen as fertilization. 9, feminine. It's feminine.
So now we know that this lady can at least recognize different numbers and name them correctly, even if she doesn't know that they are, in fact, numbers. It's time for us to take some life advice from her and learn how to manifest properly. And it turns out if we use the wrong numbers, then we might manifest incorrectly and it won't work. And it's blah, 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 something to do with toxic masculinity. I'm getting fed up with it, so just let's crawl to the bitter, absurd conclusion.
So anything that is built by the male will crumble. It'll fail. It'll leave people out. It will ostracize people. It will divide nations, etc. But if we build it using the feminine, which is the true builder of societies, then guess what? We will have success in reality and in life itself. It's important for us to realize that we contain both the masculine and the feminine principle.
Now, if you're still watching at this point, you've done exceptionally well. Even my enthusiasm for this is now waning as I crawl towards the end of filming this video on a Sunday morning. Competition time. Paul Mason is an author and friend of the channel, and he wants to just give you a copy of his new book. It is called Where Light Asks Eternity, and it is obviously available, as you can see here, on Amazon. This is not a paid promotion. There are no affiliate links. We are not making any money off this whatsoever. It is literally a gift so you can have something to read for Christmas, or a gift that you can hand on to somebody else. The book is set in the 1930s and also in a timeline about 100 years before. The events in these two timelines are obviously linked in some intriguing way. I won't ruin the story by telling you what's going on there. And there's also lots of nefarious organizations and sinister plots. It's a very, very interesting story. And if you want to win it, you only have to do one thing. Now, at some point in time after releasing this video, I am going to pin a comment to the top of the comment section. The first person to reply to that comment with an attempt at an explanation about what on earth this woman was trying to say will simply win the book. Once I reply to you and tell you you're the winner, go to my YouTube channel homepage, click the More button here, and that will give you access to my email address. For some reason, this doesn't tend to work on a mobile, only on a desktop. And once you've got my email address, you can get in touch and we'll sort out the postage. So there we go. It's not a paid promotion or a sponsorship or there's no affiliate links involved. It is literally just a gift from the author to one of you. And of course, if you don't win, do feel free to check the book out on Amazon. Anyway, but I am done for today. I'll be back at some point next week. Bye-bye.